I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
Now sports are done. It's going into anime book club. For those of you who've been following along, if you watched ahead and finished, I mean, cool, I guess. But this week we're just covering episodes 19 through 21 of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Interesting couple of few episodes. The first one, definitely the most action packed. And we get the the group over here fighting Cribitus. That's the pronunciation I'm sticking with.
Yes, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
But Caribbean ibis, yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I'm not gonna go on a super plot summary or whatever, but it was a nice battle. We saw how ridiculously powerful that thing was, and also the megalodons, which the group took those out first. Smart. It ends up we find out. Well, we knew all along, but Rimru's out here like, you know what, this is our problem. He's probably after me because I got Velder and shit like that. And then he finds out that this shit's after Milim because it was that dude, what's his name, Phobos or Phobios or whatever.
It was a demon. It was Carrion's beast rider.
Yeah. And he was out here like, yo, Milim, he's after you. You could deal with this shit. And we see just how much of a problem Milim is.
You see that?
Because that was her holding back. And just ended this shit real quick.
Tell me if this is. She came off the bench like Lou Will, like 6-man, like Lou Will,
Lou Mill,
Lou Mill, and the man came off and gave him a smooth 11-0 run, like it was nothing.
Yeah, that was filthy. And then we also see Carrion for the first time, at the end of this episode. Let me finish chewing. ASMR.
I will never not be weirded out by ASMR. When they whisper into the mic, the weirdest.
Oh, I'm Justin.
That's freaky. It just be weird. Wait, Mom, you never seen it?
See what?
Like the ASMR where they like
ASMR.
they just be like talk. Hi, welcome to my channel.
Said I might leave that in now.
That's what they do. It's weird as shit.
I gotta hear what it's gonna sound like when I'm editing, and maybe I'll leave
and
it.
My girl loves it, and I'm like, yo, this is weird as shit.
Anyway, yeah, we meet Carrion, and he seems like a pretty cool guy. I feel like with him, you kind of get that maybe not all demon lords are bad.
Right.
Looks after his people. He's like, yo, don't even look at me as the demon lord. Like, I look over this nation and shit like that. Like, enters the non-aggression pact because he was like, this was my subordinate. I apologize. I'm hoping it goes too much trouble. And then also, we learn a little bit more about these Harlequin alliances, where Laplace and Tyr and Footman. Yeah, that was the last one. So, Trainee and them are out here investigating a little bit and trying to see what's going on. And, as we know, Laplace was the one that stirred up with Gelmond and all that shit. And then we find out that it seems that Footman was actually the one that destroyed the ogre's village. So, and thus the plot thickens. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much episode 19. The battle of Cribitus was ended rather abruptly. The one thing I thought was really funny in that episode, there's a bunch of stuff, but when Gobta and the Goblin Riders are fighting the Megalodon, and then they didn't defeat it, and then Hakuro was like, he's like, oh, whatever. He's like, I have to make the training harder. Good to do it, and he was like, harder. Old man, if you train any harder, you'll kill me. And he's like, old man? And it's like their relationship. And then after that shit, when they just go back to Rimuru and the rest of them, and you just hear some mad screaming from Gopta, that shit was hilarious.
Hopefully my son Gopta is a prodigy, man. My son about to be nice.
Gopta the truth. I've been said this. I've been Team Gopta since the beginning.
Yes.
Doofy face Gopta. Nah, you know who really got a doofy face? That other Goblin Rider. He had the weird ass lips. He had the same expression. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Right? He just be out here. He looks like if Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy was a person.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I imagine.
That is a spot on description, John.
Anyway, episode 20. Let's see. What are we getting into in episode 20? I know this when he first goes to the village, right?
He goes to the human nation.
Yes.
City of Ingracia.
Right. Sorry. What's the girl's name that died?
Shizu.
Yeah, she's basically trying to avenge like what Shizu was trying to do.
He's trying to finish everything, like what is it? Remove her regrets so she can like rest in peace. Yeah, so he goes, you know what? Everything's at peace right now. The city can run well without me. I'm gonna do this because I owe it to Shizu. And ends up going to the town where she used to be at and meets one of her former students, who's running a union there and shit like that. From there, he finds out that when she was there and like the kids that he saw in her memories were summons. And the thing about when you summon kids is whenever a summon happens, like an incredible amount of like magicals or like an energy is being brought into the body of that summon. And because the kids' bodies aren't fully developed, they can't handle it. So eventually, they actually like kind of get destroyed by the energy. And they were like the longest they know of one lasting was 5 years. So Shizu was out here trying to save the kids. And the episode ends with us he just meets the kids for the first time.
Yeah, that's how it ends, but like there's like other stuff that's kind of like happening like in between there, because then you meet the dude that's in charge of, like, I wouldn't say he's in charge of the town, but
In charge of the
He's the grandmaster.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. And
That was a fun interaction.
yeah, it definitely was, because off rip shit got crazy. She was just
Off
like,
rip, he was like, why are you wearing that mask?
that's a fact.
So destroyed the whole office with one kick.
Word. Wow.
Well, my son just wanted the goods. Wanted all the manga inside scoops. Now Great Sage went, this is a pure waste of my abilities. He's like, shut up. This is a great use of your ability.
And she's created all the things. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Great memory.
Yeah.
I finished Bleach, the anime. I didn't watch the last arc because everyone's like it's trash, and I didn't really care about it. But I think I might start reading because I really enjoyed Bleach, and I'm gonna finish Yu now since I finished Bleach.
Word. That makes me happy.
Yeah, but yeah, that was basically 20 is kind of just. I feel like the biggest thing was learning about the kids and about what happens with the energy. And then 21 was we get to see sort of just some of daily life. He's teaching these kids. First it starts off with him getting them to respect his abilities, and then it's him building the trust of the kids. Yeah, and it's mostly just him trying to think of like, how am I gonna stop these kids from dying? He's like, yo, I'm gonna save you, like I promised to save you. Gets the kids trust, and it's like, I need to figure it out. And after talking to training, he has this idea. He's like, Shizu had a greater spirit inside of her, and that might have been the reason that she was able to live for so long. So I got to figure out how to get these kids some great spirits. And he starts asking around, asks Trainee and them to no avail. And then after he saves, actually, he just does a good deed and goes to save the city from a sky dragon, and just flexes. And the most connected man in the city is like, yeah, things don't happen around here without me knowing. And I know who you really are, even though Rimuru is disguised. And he finds it where he actually can get these greater spirits from. So that's how the episode ends. I did quick summaries here. I don't want to go super long these summaries or whatever. And I definitely want you guys to watch them if you haven't. But yeah, any thoughts so far on this these chunk of episodes, or how you felt when you were watching them and stuff like that?
I kind of was interested to see, like, I wasn't expecting it to really take the direction that it did, only because, like, I think we've just been used to, like, Rimuru kind of like building up his town, doing that kind of stuff. But then it's like we're really seeing, like, you know, him starting to do something in a different direction. So I guess that kind of took me for a loop.
Yeah,
But
kind of when he was like, I was fully content with just living with my friends, but Shizu had these regrets that I wanted to put at ease.
yep, and that's respectable. But you know what? Then again, this is Rimuru we're talking about. He's a great human. Well, I mean, that's great slime. He's a great person. But that was my
Yeah, I agree with that one. Rumor's the fucking best. Also, one thing, you definitely notice it a bit more, especially if you guys watch them already. But I feel like they do a good job establishing other routes and other characters that you feel that we need to meet to the story. So, we don't really know exactly how much or how many episodes it would take to finish the complete story. You know what I mean? Or what direction it's directly going to go in and whatnot. Which I think is cool and is always good to have you sitting here going, wow, there's a lot left to learn, a lot of characters to meet, things like that, and it gets you excited for the direction that the show can go in. And I feel like one of the main things you see it is when he tries to explain summons and shit like that. The union leader, can't remember his name, and he was like, "Oh, Shizu had a student
Yuki.
that was as powerful." What's up,
Yuki.
Yuki? And he's like, "Yo, Shizu had a student that was as powerful as her when she was 15." And then he was like, "Oh, I haven't heard of her." And he was like, "Oh yeah, she like just went off on her own." So it's like that's someone who we got to meet. I feel like. What about you, JT? You got anything? 1920.
I think it's the whole concept of the summons and like the kids only having a certain amount of time to live is very interesting. I'm also interested in the dynamic of how they're not all Japanese, or at least not all from the same area, because the one kid is like Gabe, he's American. Or not American, but like
American.
Nah, he definitely supposed to be American.
He's the white dude. And he reminds me of, you remember that show, Shaolin Showdown?
Yes.
How they had like the one dude that wasn't
He
Asian.
did not look like Raimundo.
I'm just saying.
That was Raimundo. Raimundo was the one dude that was like, oh no, that was Clay.
It was like
Clay
the
was
Texas dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't know why, but Gabe reminded me of Clay. Just not like
He's like, I'm not really sure why I'm here, but there's some Asians.
Basically, and like we all kind of have the same power, so I'm just kind of gonna go with it. Because he's like, I noticed that when Rimmer's doing roll call for the kids, and then it's just mad random names, and all of a sudden, Gabe, excuse me, what? What?
Gabe Gibson.
Gabe.
Also, shout out to Chloe for being the truth. Makes you excited for whatever's gonna come along with her, because she's already got some pretty solid magic, and in the beginning she's like, I trusted him from the beginning and stuff like that. Also, the other girl, the little blonde girl, because she was like, yo, like she might have the best ability if she can channel it properly. So it's like he's like, yo, I'm gonna teach these kids to be able to defend themselves and be useful and all that stuff, and just use the best of their abilities like that, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, I mean, this seemed like the start of another mini arc in the season, so it was a bit of a setup, conclusion of the other one. Again, the Caribidis,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean, it was a fun fight to watch, and then just Millum being Millum, and then she had to go off. So that's part of the reason why Rumi was able to leave. She was like, yo, I gotta go back to work. And that was another way. Like literally, it's just, I feel like these 3 episodes, it was a conclusion to the first arc, set up to the next one, and literally just fucking letting you like the viewer know that there's so much that we don't know, and so many characters we know nothing about. because even when they were talking about the Harlequin thing, like it was just another example of, hey, you don't know what's gonna happen next or where we're going because there's so many different routes we can take and so much story left. Just makes you feel like they need to release like a lore book or some shit.
Yeah, tough.
Right?
Mm.
But fun couple episodes, and yeah, I mean we're almost done. Only 3 more episodes. Yeah.
I like this one a lot. This is gonna be a hard one to replace.
Yeah.
I'm just excited because the next 2 none of us have watched.
Yeah. What are we doing next? Demon Slayer, you said, or no?
No, Berserk.
Berserk. You did say that. Okay.
Yeah, I watched Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is awesome.
Yeah.
But, maybe we'll get this out.
I was talking to my mans at my job today about Demon Slayer. Shout out Sal. But yeah, we were talking about anime. It's so funny because I told somebody today that I watch anime, and Justin's gonna love this because he's nasty. But basically, this person had told me, "Oh, I heard people that watch anime are freaks." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "How does one correlate watching Japanese cartoons to being freaky?" I'm like, I don't know.
Because they probably only think there's one type of Japanese cartoons.
It's the stigma. It's ridiculous. My goodness, this is crazy. I don't get that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it only really applies to Justin because Justin is into lolicon. So
It's not true. It's not true. We've already established I'm the least freaky person on this this panel. And it is what it is. I don't send you guys porn. See, this is what this is what you guys are trying to trick the viewers.
How do we get there?
No. You guys, this is what it is. Gonna try and
yeah, of course you don't send it to us because they're all on your bookmarks.
Oh, I'm not gonna send it to you guys.
You don't have to send it to us because you just bookmark it and we look through those.
Yeah.
I send you guys things that I find funny or I think will gauge your reaction. But I won't send you guys like actual shit because I'd have to actually look it up, and that's wild. I send you guys stuff that I come across just like random.
I don't know, man. You're defending yourself pretty hard right now.
If I don't defend myself,
Doth protest too much.
If I don't defend myself, who will? Nobody. Ain't nobody going to bat for me's.
I don't know, man. Anyway,
I mean, if you
guys
want,
finish up the
I'll Rule 34 this whole thing right now.
Oh god, I mean, you ruled 34 last week. Well, 2 weeks ago now.
Everybody so I'll just keep it going.
She on the goat. Yo, that was funny when they had that bat scene and Millum was just like out here and Rimmer was like, I need to cover you, child.
So I was thinking that, like, okay, this is what I was thinking. All right, so like he's a dude in a slime's body, and he's just out here just chilling in the bath with all the bitches. Like,
yeah,
precisely.
Living his best life.
And that's just it is what it is, right? We're not looking into this at all.
I mean,
because remember he went to go see what he was, and then he was like, fuck, I'm androgynous.
He's the mind of, it's still his regular mind from when he was a human.
Yeah.
So he's technically still a dude, just in an androgynous body with no genitalia.
He still probably thinks like a man, but
that's what I'm saying. But we don't get any glimpse of that at all because he just be in the bath and he's just like, damn, niggas is mad annoying. I'm just trying to relax, and y'all out here having like
he's just out here like Cosmo just staring.
Cosmo staring is way different.
Look, it's just went. Can you please stop staring at me? No, don't mind me.
Nah, yo. It's like, nah, I'm good.
Bro, that's some New York City subway shit.
Yo, that's a fact. You got a staring problem? Nah.
Oh man, you know what's funny? My boy from work, he sucks at finishing animes, and today he was like, he just goes, bro, Konosuba is wild. I was like, yeah. He goes, yo, I got up to the Succubus episode, and I was watching this shit on the train, bro. I was like, I can't be doing that shit, man.
Oh my goodness gracious.
A classic.
I'm all right. There is the one thing though with anime, because like a lot of people are just drawn so scantily that like you could be watching the most wholesome anime ever, and yet someone will think you're literally watching
fan service and etchiness and shit like that. But like Konosuba is bad with it, but like I've said before, I don't really like ecchi or like super fan service animes when it's a serious one. But like Konosuba is like a comedy, so I feel like it fits a little bit better. And it's actually funny when they do it for the most part. Like how the freaking the bar ladies like at the guild hall, how her like titties were mad extra, and how the cat would always just like be like hitting the like at someone's titties. But yeah, because literally and he's watching it on the subway because he lives in Brooklyn, which is wild. Because I would watch this on the LIRR and feel like people would be looking over my shoulder.
Shout out to privacy screens.
Anyway, no, like 5th anyway tonight. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it for us over here. Unless you guys have anything else you want to bring up or talk about.
Nah, I think that's basically everything I got on this end. Yeah, I said everything I need to on sports. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, that's it. Happy New Year, guys. I still want this to be like our last episode of 2020 because we're recording it then, and even though it's coming out on, it'll be the new year when it drops. But I hope you guys had a good holiday. Happy New Year again. And just look out for us this coming year. I want this to be a big year for everyone individually. Like we're all doing things, and I want us to have a good year, and I want this to be a good year for the pod too. Like it's something that we do together, and I really enjoy this, even though it's a lot of work. Love the shit, love the time I get to spend recording with you guys. Yeah, I'm excited for just things that we're gonna try and work on and do for this upcoming year.
A wise man once said, "You know the vibes."
You know the fucking vibes. So follow us on Saratobi Sports everywhere. That's no, not everywhere. On Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow me at Offended Narwhal. And get ready for next week.
Peace, y'all.
Justin.
Damn it. I always forget about JT.
It's okay, it happens.
Usually you're the one who says Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they said. Forgot about JT, but it is what it is.
I can never forget about you, JT.
Tip your local bartenders. Tip your strippers. And you know what?
Tip the strippers. House workers too.
They deserve, but they have to pay taxes. Damn it! If they want sex work is gonna be legal, they gotta pay their taxes too. We W-2s, W-9s, all that shit.
Should be legal.
Business would be a booming. Not from me, because child of God and everything. But that being said, Happy New Year's.
Suck you by only. Just all mental.
It's a mental game, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.